Welcome again, Taurus. It's June 2014. I'm Dadhichi from astrology.com.au. Just looking at your forecast for the month. It's interesting. You can't always use old tools to deal with new problems, and that is the difficulty. You know, if you look at accountants, they're constantly updating their knowledge of taxation law. You know, lawyers are doing the same. Unfortunately, in life, we tend to approach, especially our relationship problems, using the same old, well, not necessarily even tried and tested techniques. Often those techniques don't work. We bog down in a stalemate. And the funny thing is, even if you do want to throw that old bag of tricks out and start afresh with some new psychological angles, there's no guarantee that your partner wants to do that. That's an even bigger problem. And I'm talking about this because I do see, as for example, that Saturn transiting your significant relationship sector, that the other party in your life may not necessarily want to shift. They don't want to budge from their position or the way of doing things. So it makes it hard for you to execute a whole new range of strategies in moving forward on the relationship. We see Venus has just, that's your ruling planet, has just moved into the conjunction of the past karmic node. That can create some aberrations in the way you deal with relationships. And we also see that the relationship sector of your horoscope, having just had the north karmic node move out of there, is still betwixt Saturn and Mars. So there's a lot of frustration either surrounding that significant other person in your life, or you yourself with that significant other person. Nice to see on the 9th, Venus in your sun sign moving into the trine aspect of Pluto. Now that's a very deep and probing aspect, and because it's what we call a triangular aspect, it gives you the opportunity to probe the other person, and also to do that without dislocating their brain. It may make them amenable to you talking about some of their problems and helping them offload that. So it's a good time to do that. You must avoid that, however, around the 13th of June and possibly even around the 14th, and certainly on the 14th, because you've got some hard aspects at that time, including Venus in opposition to Saturn. So you need to be mindful of the fact that broaching these issues that are sensitive matters could cause the other person to shut down. Don't forget too, folks, when I'm talking about relationships, I'm not simply alluding to the romantic sort of relationships. Extend what I'm saying to your business relationships, familial relationships, because that can help you broaden your understanding and to understand others in other facets of your life. Mercury moving to the 3rd house after the 17th. See, that's also a spotlighted aspect that relates very much to what I've just been saying about better times of the month to communicate. So this is the beauty of astrology. You can use that to time the events, time the way to approach people. Mercury is very favourably disposed in that 3rd sector of your horoscope, giving you the ability to communicate ideas in a rational, clear and concise manner. There's some focus after the 20th on your finances. That could have to do with the preceding aspect of Venus to Jupiter. That's a favourable aspect, but it can also show us sometimes a bit of overspending, a bit of self-indulgence. Hopefully you don't go overboard, because then when you've got the Sun and Mercury there transiting this finance sector of your house, and Venus also moving to the finance sector of your house on the 23rd, so that 18th to the 23rd is an important period over the finances, and one in which you may need to think through exactly what it is you want and convince yourself first that you actually need that. 6th house aspects of Mars to Uranus from up till the 25th, and then up really to the end of the month. You've got mixed aspects there from Mars. That could cause you to be a little rash in your behaviour with co-workers. This I've also seen in my experience as the classic symptom of a trifling matter arising in your work and you handing in your resignation on the spur of the moment because you just haven't thought things through, which is not like you, Taurus. So be mindful of that aspect towards the last week of the month, and don't rush into any sort of judgments. Okay, so that was the month in focus. In the meantime, you can check out astrology.com.au with some more detailed information on yourself and the other star signs. Until I see you here again next month, I hope. Take care now. Bye-bye.